Hey, what's up my WoW mustaches, and welcome back to another WoW Go Make a video. First and foremost, hit that bell button, because if you don't, you will not know if I actually upload videos. YouTube has actually been making it hard for my subscribers to see my videos. Now that said, guys, if you haven't checked out the last video, go check it out. Let's get right into the video. Alright guys, welcome to another video, and this is going to be more of a tip thing instead of just gold. Now there will be some gold in this, so don't worry guys, for those who actually are here just for the gold. So let's get right into it. So I want to say right now, there's a lot of ways of actually leveling up. Now one of the cool ways you can actually do it if you like pet battling is go to the Mistapan. Just go to the location I'm showing you right now. You're going to be finding these kittens, and the best pet to bring is ashwing moths. If you didn't know about this, you can actually go here and actually fight these. They spawn so fast, and they give you anywhere from 10 to 15k experience points. Now I want to tell you right now, it's going to take you a while. It doesn't take you that long to kill these things, especially if you have these moths. You can probably kill it within a minute or so, but it's going to take you actually a little bit to level up, just like anything else. Now don't get me wrong, problem with doing this, and the problem with doing the next thing I'm going to talk about too as well, which we'll cover right after this, it's that you don't get any gear, you don't get any rep, you don't get anything to progress your current content. So I mean, unless it actually can get there without being 120 or actually 90, you don't really want to do this. This is my tip. You don't want to do this. You want to actually go and basically just do the content of the current content and basically get your guy up to 120. That's the way I see it, but you do whatever. I'm just letting you know about the spot. Now let's get into the next thing. All right guys, so the next thing you're going to be doing is island expeditions. These are a great way to actually level up. Now honestly, I'm going to be truthful with you, is that when I actually was doing this, I found that it was great from a 110 all the way up to 115. After that, it was taking a little bit, and to be honest with you, you were doing this a lot more than you were doing it, let's say at 112, so forth. And yes, this is because XP is more whenever you actually start leveling up. But honestly, I'm going to say right now, I don't think it's the best way. And the reason why I gotta disagree with probably the majority of people is because, first off, you don't get any gear. You don't get any rep. So you're behind on the story too as well if you're just doing all this. I would rather go and, level from 115 to 120 whenever I get to that level, and actually go do quest, get gear, so forth, and be ready for when I hit that 120, because you don't want to be caught like, you do all this to 120, then you have nothing. You're like, okay, yeah, I have some pets that I get from here. I have some mounts and so forth and everything that you could have got later. Now, that said, guys, the way to get, pets and mounts is basically this, and I'm going to leave a link in the description, because honestly, we are not the first to find this. Reddit had this for a while, so if any YouTube out there is saying, hey, I found this first, so you better tell everybody I found this first, that's not the way it works, guys. Some people are trying to just sell you some candy in a van. Don't go to that van. Trust me, don't. But anyways, that said, let's get back to it. So basically, there's bosses, there's, named rares, and then there's, chests that are actually named too as well. Those chests are actually going to have basically a chance to get a pet, mount, so forth. So is the rares, and so is the name rares. Now, any other chest out there is not going to give you crap. Any other the mob is not going to give you crap either, unless you're just doing it for the experience. Now, that said, guys, let me know in the comments below if you're going to be doing this. I mean, honestly, I did this with my mage all the way to 115, and I just don't, it's fast if you do it with a group. Like, if you have two tanks that help you out and so forth, yes, you're going to get there really quick. But honestly, if you don't, if you're just like a solo player, if you're doing this late at night because of work or whatever, you're not going to have the best people in the world. They're just going to go off other ways. Like, a lot of people, they just take off, okay? And they go the wrong way, or they don't know the spawn locations, so forth. Because if you didn't know that, they actually have spawn locations. Every time you do the same one, you're going to notice that you're going to pay attention to where those spawn points, and boom, they're going to spawn up there. You're not going to have a hard time doing this. But a lot of people don't realize that, and they just go off other ways. Now, that said, there's a whole guide in the description that you can go check out on Reddit, and it's just going to help you out, guys. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about these two methods of basically leveling up. Honestly, I think the best way, and once you hit 115, is go back to quest, do all the quests, get the rep, get crap open, because you don't want to be behind. So that said, guys, let's move on to the next subject. All right, guys, so this next thing is actually going to be going off of Legion raids and dungeons. Now, unlike other expansions, there's not that much gold you can make in this moment because you can't do a lot. Now, I will say right now too as well, they're not considered legacy raids, so you're not going to get as much gear as you would in WoD and Mistapan and so forth. Now, as I said before, it could be a up and down thing with these. I will say right now, with and with Seat, you just don't want to do these. You don't want to do any of these unless you're going for the resources like me. I actually want the resources because I didn't get some of the pets. I forgot some of the pets, and I didn't get some of the mounts that you can get from class halls and so forth. Now, I will say too as well, if you have a tune that's full of heirlooms, not heirlooms, but of legendaries, if you have a tune that's just full of that, right, what you're going to want to do, and this is the best way I see actually making resources, is one is go and do all the table, and the table that has essence. So basically you can get another legendary to an ult that's basically not 120 yet, that I can use until 116, because legendaries are very, very strong until 116. So it will make your life easier. Like, it didn't make my life easier when almost came to my mage though. Actually, not my mage, but my monk. My monk didn't have a tank legendary, so I was like, okay, it really didn't help me out that much. But if I was prepared and did this way, I would have actually had legendaries for a monk tank. But that said, guys, this is the way you can do this with the resources. Don't get me wrong, you could do all the other missions. There is no gold missions at all. They took that out way before. And also too as well, you can still do like the equipment if you want to. They go for about 8 to 10 gold, so like you could save that up, make some raw gold later on. But honestly, I don't see anything that's worthwhile. Maybe just get more resources out of it. I don't know, guys, but the point is that you can do that, plus you can actually get the resources, maybe go trade it in for bloods, get some of the herbs, whatever you want to do, and sell stuff like that. Best way to do it is make some bags, probably, is make some bags out of this, you know, get as much as cloth as you can, make bags, so forth and everything, and sell those on auction house for cheaper than what they are in, you know, current expansions. But you can't really get any cheaper than the 30s that are on auction house right now. So that said, guys, I did that. You can get about 1,000 hour in resources, actually 2,000 hour in resources, but you can just reset the dungeon every time you don't see a resource box, which is the treasure boxes. Also too as well, see, you can only do the first start of it. You can pull all the mobs, probably get a lot of light weave cloth, but I'm gonna be honest with you right now, per a 3-minute run, you're only gonna get 81 gold, and you're looking at, let's say 10 runs. That's only about almost 1,000 gold. It's not worth it, guys. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's not worth doing it at all, unless you get to the certain point where the next raid comes, when you get their mythic geared, so forth. Then you can probably come back and do some of the Legion raids that are actually higher. But again, these are not worth it at all, unless you need some of the transmog gear. I just say stay away from Legion raids and dungeons at the moment. But I want to say one thing right now, and I'm gonna say one thing right now, is that I noticed that the last the raid of Legion, their BOE gear is going for anywhere from 20k to almost 300k. It depends on if it's normal, heroic, or mythic. It is crazy how much they're going to for. I don't understand. I think it's mostly because you can actually take this gear and, you know, use it for your ults all the way up to 116 and so forth, just like the legendaries. So it just prepares your ults to gear up faster, actually level up faster, so forth. Now, that said, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this. I thought it was really cool. Honestly, that's all we got today. I didn't want to actually drag this on, but, you know, I just wanted to get this information out of there. It's one of those Sunday videos, you know. Let's actually call it Sunday Funday videos for World of Warcraft. You know, just some tips and information. Doesn't have to always be the best in the world. It's just something different. But let me know in the comments below what you do with your resources. So maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something you can go do. I mean, other than, you know, turning into, you know, bloods and selling, you know, so forth. I don't see anything else. Now, that said, guys, the code word is leveling. Now, that said, I will leave you at that, and as always, please stay stashy. Basically, they're looking good. So that said, guys, let's move on to engineering. Alright, guys, so the code word is saucy. Yeah, like a saucy, spicy taco. I don't know what you want to put it on, but anyways, the point is saucy. But before we actually get into the rest of the video, I do want to say we have a Patreon in the description. Guys, this helps me out a lot if you actually go and check out my Patreon. I know I don't push it that much, but I honestly wanted to get out with y'all, is that if we actually reach the mark of 200 a month at least, we're actually